What's up guys, JTM Off-Road here. In today's video we are on the 4th day of the Avalanche lift. Alrighty, so last video we kind of wrapped up taking everything, for the most part everything, off of the Avalanche. We still have to do the torsion keys. But we got the rear pretty much all assembled. Everything's pretty much torqued down. And I want to put in the rear drive shaft. Mind you, I'm getting ready to do all the front stuff. Got to put the rear drive shaft in, and it's not fully going in the whole way. So that bottom U-joint isn't fully seating in the yoke, and I was thinking, well, maybe, you know, the edges of the U-joint are just rough, and the insides actually seem pretty good. They got some grease in them still. So, you know, I sanded everything down, still won't go. This part of the U-joint is so locked up it will not budge, so the U-joint won't fall down. So, looks like we're gonna go ahead and replace some U-joints today. This joint actually looks pretty good. It's still moving, there's no clunking or anything. And it actually has a grease fitting on it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grease this side up. I'm not gonna worry about changing this one out right now. This is the one I need to change. See, I can't even move it at all. So this is the one we're gonna have to work on. This is most likely gonna be a pain. It's pretty rusted in there. I'm gonna soak it in the meantime. Hopefully that'll work its way in. In the meantime, we're gonna work on the rest of the lift. That way we can at least free up some space here on the workbench, because this is a relatively long drive shaft and we are gonna have to use the vise for it. So, plus I don't wanna have to make several trips, so if we can wait till later, if I have to get anything else, then at least we'll only have to make one trip. The first thing we need to do is install this bracket, and after that we can start working on putting these non-torsion drop brackets in on the lower control arms, the sleeves, so on and so forth. We still have to put in the new Moog upper control arms. Since we're replacing everything, putting the new lower control arms in too. So hopefully we can just start going to town, getting all this stuff put in, and try to get most of this wrapped up. My torsion keys come tomorrow, so hopefully we can get everything ready. So that's the only thing we have to do tomorrow. So got a lot of work to do. Let's get going. Alright, I'm all over the place right now. They want you to do the lower control arms next. I want to get the front diff up first before I do that. And started working on the upper control arms. I ended up spending a little bit of time on these because I had to get new guide pins for the cams. And man, one of these pins is $5. So I needed to get 3. They weren't going in right. I was using vice grips to press them in a 10mm socket. They weren't going at all, so I had to trim them down a little bit with a file, little by little. Got them in, got the 2 in on this side, file them down, file the last one down, go to this side, and this hole's actually a little wallowed out. So I put that one in and didn't fit right away. So I had to go back to the store, get another one, come back. Turns out this is walled out so bad that even like a normal size one wouldn't fit. So I don't know. I wish I had some like JB weld or something. I don't really want to weld this in. I put some thread locker in. I don't know if that's really gonna hold at all. But I mean, like sitting right here, I'm putting some pressure on. It's really not moving. So let's just hope it holds. Hopefully when I go get it in alignment, it'll stay, even when I put the upper control arms in. So I still have to put the upper control arm in on this side. I was just waiting for this to set up maybe a little bit. So before I put this up in, figure rather than finding out once I get it up there that's really hard to get oil into it, I'm gonna do all of it right now. So I got the diff kind of level. Hopefully that's all it needs to be. So I'm gonna take that out, fill it up, put the cross member in, and put the diff up, and just keep going. So just thought I'd check in, tell you what's going on. So let's get back to work. Look at all that metal. Hope that's just normal and the diff's okay. Either way, we're gonna run it, but we're gonna wipe it all up and fill her back up and put her in. Here's after, just for reference. Man, I was so close. Really fought with this thing just since I don't have somebody else to help me. So they make you trim the fins, which I showed you in a previous video, because you're supposed to miss the frame there, which I'm not. So close though. You're supposed to check the clearance for the lower control arm. I mean, look at that, I'm so close. I mean, I'm sure I could probably mess with it a little bit to try to get it to fit, but I mean, I'm already this far. Might as well just drop it and grind a little bit and throw it back up in. But man, I was so close. This was the area we were hitting, so got it ground down quite a bit more. So let's go ahead and see if it'll work this time. Alright, diff is in. It was a little bit of a struggle, but I got it. I didn't get real good video of this just because it's so dark down here. Basically had to like angle the diff this way and get it up over because cross member will hit the new mount here. So I had to angle it up this way to get it up over, and then I had to get the bottom diff mount here into the little bracket. And the bolts inside here to go through. So I was able to line this up, and I had to adjust the back, which I lined this side up so it would be, you know, perfectly straight. And then I put the bolts in here just loosely to hold them in place. That way the diff doesn't back out or anything. Once I got that lined up, I was able to get my bolt right through the back here. Worked out perfect. You can see here I have pretty much just enough clearance. There's about 1/4 inch or so from the frame to the diff. So I'm going to tighten everything back up here in a little bit. So this is the front cross member. I have to put this mount on there like so, and then put this in, and we're getting close to being done with the diff stuff. Wanted to take a minute to share with you that anybody that might have an Avalanche that's running into the same issue as me, I cut a little bit of this off, but the differential vent does not reach on the diff. So same thing in the back. so what I did was I took the line from the back and I'm gonna use it for the line up here. And I bought like 10 feet of hose. I think I used like maybe 6 or 7 feet of it. And then this is the line from the rear. So I'm gonna use this to route up from there. And I think I might even route it up higher just because, not that it's a big deal, but the current location is right here. I already cut it, but it goes in through this wire loom that goes up to this connector and it goes down along the frame. I'm sorry, it's really hard to see, but there's some like wire loom that it's in with. And so I didn't even take it out the whole way. I just cut it up here and I'm gonna cut it down there and I'm gonna feed it down around the same path and just hold it in with zip ties. I'm using a section of wire loom on this hose too, just because I don't know if they put that on there because it's close to the exhaust, not some sort of help. I don't know. I figure I'll put it on just in case. Maybe it's worthless, but taking the time to do it now, I might as well do it. So this is the breather cap. Just yank real hard on the other one, it'll pull off. But basically, just put that on and installed. We're gonna go ahead and put that one in and move forward with the project. We got the lower control arm non-torsion drop brackets in on both sides. So that's pretty much the last thing we gotta do. We just have to put it in there and test fit and make sure we're not hitting any frame. We cut some frame earlier, but we'll go ahead and put it on there and try to test fit, see if it hits anything. If not, we move forward, start tightening everything up, try to finish this thing up. This, guys, is what victory looks like. Finally got it out. Some guy was talking about drilling holes into the keys. So like, you had the key like this, drilled 1, 2, 3 holes, then you're able to get them out. I don't feel confident enough cutting them right next to the gas tank. And I don't want to heat anything because they're right below the ABS pump. So drilling seemed to work, just very tiring. This is apparently soft enough metal that, you know, it goes pretty decent. It's not like super strong steel or anything. So it goes through. But the 3-hole thing worked pretty well. Do 3 holes and then use the air chisel. Got them right out. So what a bunch of fun that is. So I got to do the other side now. Since I'm getting new torsion keys, I didn't really know how exactly to mark the way the torsion bars were, since the keys aren't going to be here. I just made a mark right here and here, and hopefully that'll get me close enough to what it was before. That's while the torsion key was up like this, so it kind of gave me a reference of how it was. So I don't know if that's not the right way to do it. Be sure to drop it in the comments. I'm all up for learning more stuff. Now that I got that done, I got to get the other side done, and we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, some guys were like, yeah, just go ahead and cut one side and it'll just pop free and it should come right out. That is not the case for me. Everything seems to be super rusty on my truck. So I had to do this side and then I went directly to the other side, figured I would break in half, and it worked. Alrighty guys, unfortunately that's where I'm gonna have to stop for today. It's getting late and don't want to be running the air compressor and air chisel any later. Next video, hopefully everything will be done. We'll have the new torsion keys. I mean, it's just putting stuff together now. So hopefully we'll be able to get all that done and finally put the wheels and tires on. I'm getting excited. I'm very exhausted yet again, but I'm getting very excited this thing is getting close to being done. So alrighty guys, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and we'll see you in the next one.